In a time when heavily armored knights ruled the battlefields of Europe, kings feared them, nobles admired them, and entire armies depended on them. But high in the mountains of Switzerland, something different was forming. Not noble knights, not wealthy warriors, but farmers, shepherds, and ordinary citizens. Yet they would become some of the most feared soldiers in medieval history. This is the story of the Swiss warriors. In 1291, several Swiss cantons formed a confederation to defend their independence from powerful rulers, especially the Habsburg dynasty of the Holy Roman Empire. Life in the Swiss Alps was harsh. Survival demanded discipline, endurance, and unity. These same traits would later shape some of the most effective soldiers in Europe. The first major test came in 1315, at the Battle of Morgarten. An army of heavily armored Austrian knights marched in, expecting an easy victory. Instead, the Swiss struck first, from the mountains. Using halberds, spears, rocks, and the terrain itself, they shattered the invading force. The victory shocked Europe. For the first time, elite knights had been defeated by ordinary infantry. But this was only the beginning. Over time, Swiss commanders refined their tactics. Their greatest weapon became the pike, a massive spear up to 20 feet long. When thousands of soldiers stood together, pikes raised, they formed a deadly wall of steel. Cavalry charges became useless. Armored knights, once unstoppable, could not break through. As their power grew, so did their reputation. European rulers began hiring Swiss soldiers as mercenaries. They were known for discipline, speed, and relentless aggression. Wherever war erupted, Swiss warriors were often at the center of the battlefield. Their legend reached its peak during the Burgundian Wars. Charles the Bold, one of Europe's most powerful rulers, led a wealthy and well-equipped army. Many believed he could not be defeated, but the Swiss proved otherwise. Battle after battle, Swiss infantry overwhelmed his forces with speed and coordination. His army collapsed, and Charles the Bold himself was killed during the conflict. The impact was enormous. Switzerland's military reputation became legendary, but fear surrounded them as much as respect. The Swiss were known for showing little mercy to invaders. Enemies understood that surrender offered no guarantee of safety. This reputation strengthened their psychological advantage even before battles began. By the late 1400s, Swiss power was at its peak. During the Swabian War of 1499, they defeated forces of the Holy Roman Empire in a series of decisive battles. They seemed unstoppable. But warfare was changing. Gunpowder was reshaping the battlefield. Cannons grew stronger, firearms became more common, and traditional pike formations began to face new dangers. This shift became clear at the Battle of Marignano in 1515. Swiss troops fought with their usual courage, but French artillery and gunfire broke their formations. For the first time in generations, Swiss dominance began to fade. It marked the end of an era. Although Switzerland reduced its involvement in foreign wars, their reputation never disappeared. Even today, their legacy continues through the Swiss Guard. Founded in 1506, they still protect the Pope in Vatican City. Their colorful uniforms may look ceremonial, but they represent centuries of military tradition. The story of the Swiss warriors is not just about war. It is about how ordinary people changed history. They challenged empires. They defeated knights. They revolutionized infantry warfare. And for nearly 2 centuries, they stood among the most feared soldiers in Europe. Their legacy proves one thing, that discipline, unity, and courage can overcome even the strongest armies in the world. And that is why the legend of the Swiss warriors still lives on today.